So to become free of self, move into the so-called non-dual, if you will, is to be free of belief. It's not a concept to be free of belief. It's a reality of the moment of intimacy, of connection. You can feel it if you're not in the way. You can be it if you're not trying to get it. It's always what you are. It's always what you've been. It's always what you'll be. And it's here all the time. You might say waiting for you to discover it. As often as you need to. Because it actually, you might say, is infinitely patient. So it's okay to go in and out of awareness. It's okay to go back to the dark side and not know where you are, what's going on. That's where you learn to take care of yourself and be loving and patient and forgiving and kind and, and then you rediscover again and again. And as you rediscover, you become more and more established in awareness until eventually the scales tip and you live as that, pretty much. It's just a natural process. So we learn how to let that natural process unfold. And I'm going to repeat this because I've said this regularly, but I think it's important to bring it up. Even, you may not have heard this recently, but because so many people are out there, talking about this or teaching or whatever, it's very easy to hear that and think that that's the way it should be. But actually the reality is that each person's unfoldment is completely unique to them. Completely unique. The essence of it, this presence, is universal. That's the same for everybody. But how it reveals itself, how it unwinds the body, the mind, the heart, the conditioning, that's really unique for an individual. So you want to find out how it works for you, so you don't get stuck comparing your experience to someone else's experience. Oh, well, my friend had this awakening, and they went to that retreat, and I didn't have that. I'm pissed. As if we knew how it was working. So, you begin to, that's a lot of what I'm interested in offering, is how to find out how to trust your own guidance system. Because you have it. It's built in. You don't have to be special or, karmically something or other. It's built in. It's part of the hard drive. It comes with a hard drive. So it's how do you access that, and then how do you let it guide you, rather than you think it should be doing a certain thing at a certain time. What's helpful? This is an interesting one to try on if you like. I'll demonstrate. I'll tell a little story to make my point, which is, I remember when I was going to the Geary Theater one night many years ago to a play that I had tickets for, and I was late. And, parking downtown and all of it. And I thought, oh no, and I'm going to be late for the show. And we were driving near the theater, and all of a sudden, magically, some parking place showed up. I went, oh my God, this is a miracle. This is a miracle. Thank you, God. And I was on time and for the show and everything. Well, then I realized later, wait a minute. What if you drive around for a half hour and you miss the show? Isn't that a miracle? Why isn't that a miracle? Why is it only when you're getting what you want, and maybe even more than what you want? How come we say, oh, well, I don't want that? How come that is not a miracle? And you know what? For transformative training, that's often a miracle, a powerful one. Because what we resist is where we're stuck. So when you can begin to just notice where the resistance is, not to try to stop it or get rid of it. You don't have to do that, believe it or not. All you have to do is be aware that there is the resistance. And once you can do that, you will naturally shift into the awareness rather than be caught in the resistance. That's the key to freedom. So, then each moment, not to lay a trip on yourself and say, oh, well, this is a fucking miracle. Pardon me. I had to say that because it wouldn't have the same emphasis. Hopefully you can get that over on YouTube, on you, whatever. They won't find it. They won't listen long enough. Don't cut that out. You want to have things emphasized sometimes. You know what I mean. Occasionally. That's, when you're in that, like, wow, how can I be the space of this uncontrollable, torturous cough that I had last week? Or whatever. How can you be in an impossible situation, overwhelming? And I guarantee you, because I've had a lifetime of experience with this, that when you awaken and the what hits the fan, you'll be able to be with it and take care of it in a way that you couldn't have otherwise. Because it is, without a doubt, literally the saving grace. So, it makes being human possible. Because being human lately is getting kind of rugged for a lot of people, I think. So, anyway, welcome to the Monday Night Lab. May you keep experimenting and continue to make wonderful discoveries every moment.